Guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's Daryl here. It's 8 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I've remade this video several times. I needed to calm myself down. Okay, this story is about, you'll be able to find the WFSB. It's a station in Hartford, Connecticut, on my community page. It's about a Glastonbury, Connecticut firefighter and what he's on tape is saying at a Black Lives Matter event just this last weekend. I just came across this story, and I have very strong feelings about it because I'm somewhat connected to this story, being a recovering addict. Not only being a recovering addict, but if you guys look back at my community page, I would donate my paintings every year. One of my good friends I met in recovery was an organizer of Artists Against Overdose, and would have a silent auction every year, a big event in Hartford, Connecticut, like on the 22nd floor of this beautiful building. And it would be a silent auction. I would donate 3 paintings every year, along with all sorts of other artists from Connecticut, from the whole area, that would go for buying Narcan for police departments, fire departments, libraries, public buildings, to save people ODing on opiates, to save their lives, to literally bring them back from the dead. That's what Narcan does. Okay, now what did this firefighter say? Now this is the thing. Now this was supposedly a Black Lives Matter event. I'm not going to say the firefighter's name. I thought twice about this. I'm not going to give the link to his Facebook page, even though I looked at his Facebook page. I believe karma is going to catch up to this guy's problem. Doesn't need my help. And I just don't want to be that vindictive kind of person doing that. It's just not who I am. But on his page, it's obvious that he is a Trump supporter, patriotic, so-called patriotic. A lot of his posts were against Black Lives Matter and Democrats. He saw them as the root of any racism that doesn't exist in America now, kind of along those lines. That's a lot of his posts on Facebook. So in this clip, which you can see on my community page, this Glastonbury firefighter, it's a short clip, and that's the problem. We don't know it appears he's talking to an African-American woman, and we don't know what the conversation was about. I have a feeling it was something to do with defunding the police. So that would make sense, is what he said. The video jumps in where the firefighter is saying, the fire department shouldn't buy any more Narcan. We don't buy any more Narcan, and we'll just let them die, meaning anybody ODing on opiates. Just let them die. That's a direct quote from this video. A firefighter now, whose job is to save people that are overdosing, on tape this weekend, arguing with a Black Lives Matter demonstrator that fire departments should not buy any more Narcan and just let people ODing die. As you can see, I'm at polar opposites with this guy, because like I said, as part of my recovery, I thought it was important to, I would have donated 10, 12, 15 paintings if I could have. I was only allowed to donate 3 per year. Just this last year during the pandemic, I had already done a painting, but the auction was called off, and I wasn't allowed to, I wasn't able to donate it. And this is one of the paintings here. The general idea here is, you can see the guy reaching out, and the idea is out of the darkness, coming out of the darkness of addiction into the light of recovery. That's kind of how I felt. I kind of felt like I got my soul back. So I would donate. I donated abstracts. I think I donated a landscape or seascape of a lighthouse, all sorts of different. I do all different paintings, but this is one that I was going to donate in 2020, but the silent auction was canceled. Okay, the next day, this firefighter, Glastonbury Fire Department was not very happy, I would assume, with this firefighter on tape saying, just let them die. So this firefighter apologized. This is what he said. He says, this doesn't show his true character. He was out of character there. This does not show his true character. Okay, this is what I want to talk about specifically, is that right there, his apology stuck out to me. I think that is his character. Look at the last 4 or 5 years of Donald Trump. that is the character, you know, F your feelings kind of thing, where it's just about pull yourself up by your bootstraps and, you know, every man for himself kind of thing. And it kind of went up a level to, well, just people that look like me. I'll help people, or, you know, I'll do for people that just look like me or sound like me or speak the same language as me or worship like me or have the same sexual orientation as me. I think this is specifically is his real character. That's my opinion. When he says this isn't his character, I think it's quite the opposite. People like him, I've heard over and over again. People like him. I talked about this in another video, where right when Donald Trump was elected, before he was elected, I was talking to people I went to school with on Facebook. And a lot of them were saying, well, we could say that now. It was like there was a relief that their hatred and their bigotry was going to be able to be expressed now. They could say whatever they want. F your feelings, you know, screw the snowflakes and all that kind of thing. You know, so you have to excuse me if I'm not really buying this firefighter saying, well, that's not his character, especially after looking at his Facebook page, that this isn't in his character. So I have so much I could say about this. This is exactly what worries me about Trumpism and the continuing Trumpism and people like this. With just a total lack of, it seems like a total lack of empathy. And then on top of that, lack of empathy or sympathy, an actual aggression or anger or hatred for people that don't look like them or sound like them or have the same color as them. And then using authority to reinforce this hatred. These are the things that truly terrify me about Trumpism. I talked about this in other videos about how, you know, we all kind of breathed a sigh of relief when Biden was elected, but the battle is far from over to bring back empathy and care, concern towards all Americans, towards all people of the world. I heard that. This is one last thing I want to mention too. I heard another Trump supporter saying the other day about, you know, well, there's nothing wrong with being about make America great. It's all about America, America first. And I have to wonder about that, because these people claim to believe in God, the evangelicals and all that. And I don't see how they could put one human being above another just because they were to Bo the Fifth Column. One of your shirts says, it doesn't matter about the GPS coordinates of your mother's vagina, of where you were birthed. It doesn't make you a better person than somebody else. It's something along those lines. And I have to agree with that. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this video. Like I said, the WFSB Channel 3 News is on. It's on my community page where you can see this video, this Glastonbury firefighter. All right, you guys have a good Wednesday. I'll be back later with another video.